What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Aptos. This is a gainer. This is a solid layer one project. This is quite new. For sure, this has got gains down the line, like without doubt. This is a really strong project. So I want to break this down. Also, there's big news. The SEC is going after someone. The SEC. Dum, dum, dum. But, so we'll cover that in this as well because it has to be discussed what the SEC have been doing lately in terms of regulation by enforcement. In this particular instance, I'm not sure I disagree, but let's have a look. Before I get into that though, if you guys are new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on this channel. They're the first 26 coins I owned when I made this channel. Had you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I released the videos about them, and you did everything wrong as an investor, just ignored them basically for a few years, if you sold them today, after doing everything wrong, you could bank 16k in profit, which is not bad. From a $2,600 investment, 16 grand profit. But if you had sold these coins when the markets were red hot in 2021, like I did, just $100 into each of these coins could have netted you a profit of 123 grand. So it's a big difference between doing what's right and what's wrong. I try and show this as often as I can as well, because fundamentally, timing. Too many people end up riding a coin into a bear cycle. Now, as I said, sold all these off. They're not what I own. But if you want to see my current portfolio, you can do. You just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin I own. Everyone I buy and everyone I sell in real time. The members always get the updates. We release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets. We've had pinpoint accuracy. I literally called exactly the move of Bitcoin yesterday. And we also have tutorials set up for beginners. So if you're a beginner to crypto, these tutorials guide you along your crypto journey. But guys, we have picked big winners on both the site and this channel. Phantom leads the way on that. I delivered a course in 2020 about Phantom. It was called The Best Crypto Investment of 2020. And it was about Phantom when it was half a cent. It ended up being 677 times gain. So $1,000 into that would have been able to buy you a very nice house. $2,000 into Phantom would have netted you 1.3 million. I will find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm going to go onto my site and tell the members about the coin. Exactly how I do with all the other coins. What's the coin? What are the gains it can do? What's the percentage of my money I'm putting in? And if people want to copy along, they can. If that interests you, finding the next big gainer without doing tons of research, go read the site now. Link is in the description. So Aptos. Now, to be clear, Aptos has only been out since end of October, midway through October. It's not that far. Its high was like $20 pretty much. So it's not that far from its high, and actually, if it runs up, to just a little above 20, it's going to be in price discovery mode, and then all of a sudden it could be off to the races. So Aptos is one that could actually pump relatively soon. So if you're unfamiliar, Aptos is a layer one proof of stake blockchain. So they have a smart contract programming language called Move, which is a Rust-based programming language that was independently developed by Meta's DM blockchain engineers. Now, Aptos, the goal is bring mainstream adoption to Web3 and create an ecosystem of dApps. Now, one thing you've got to realize is, look, they're talking about the theoretical throughput that they can have. They've not got it yet, but they're talking about the theoretical, which is 150,000 transactions per second. That would put it ahead of almost every coin in the market. I think it probably would. And they'll do that through parallel chains, right? So they raised 200 mil in seed round venture capital investing, which was led by Andreessen Horowitz. We also saw Tiger Global get in on that, multi-coin capital. Then they raised another 150 million in a round led by Sam Bankman-Fried and Jump Crypto. Then 2 months later, Binance made a strategic investment, bringing its valuation to $4 billion in September. So quick point, its market cap 2.3. So it's not matching up right now, but obviously you wouldn't expect it to. So this is the brainchild of Mo Sheikh and Avery Ching. They're both former employees of Meta. And Mo is the current CEO of the company, who's got years and years of multinational finance and blockchain expertise. Ching, on the other hand, is the CTO. He's the the chief software engineer, and was one of the principal software engineers at Meta. You know, they've got a strong damn resume behind them. Obviously, they're aiming to do 150,000 transactions per second. That would smash the market in terms of the other blockchains that are around. Not many can come close to that. There's a lot that theoretically, there's a number that can theoretically get that sort of level of throughput, and we always see the theoretical throughput of so many projects that never come to fruition. So that's something that does have to be considered. In the case of Aptos, all transactions are processed simultaneously and validated afterward. Failed transactions are either re-executed or aborted thanks to the blockchain's transactional memory libraries. And by sort of looking at their ties, looking at their token distribution, this is one that looks pretty damn strong. They're going to have an initial total supply of 1 billion. Right now they're knocking at around 162 million, so there's a lot left to produce. And in terms of token distribution, 51% is going to go to the community, 19% is to core contributors, 16% to foundation, 13.5% to investors. Now, always worth bearing in mind, those investors can dump whenever they get released. Investors do have a 4-year vesting period, so the upside is that they shouldn't be able to dump until 2026, and the end of 2026 in theory. The network completed its AIT3 campaign in September 2022, and since has onboarded over 100 projects. 100 projects have already landed on Aptos. That's staggering. That's staggering in such a short space of time. Their goal is to redefine, redevelop, and reimagine Web3. And their Aptos Foundation can obviously help with that. The Aptos Foundation has a grant system in place. All those funds that have been raised pre-launch can be utilized for development, for growing this. And right now it is so impressive what has been created in such a short space of time. Currently priced at $14.50 basically. I can see $50 easy being hit by this. That would put it in a market cap of like 7 billion basically. Actually 8 billion based on circulating supply. And look at this. I mean, we are it just needs to get above $20 and it's in token discovery mode. And then you don't know the heights that token discovery mode can ever hit because there's just no cap on it. There's no resistance in place from previous candles. So Aptos is one that can run fast and soon. But in terms of the long-term perspective of this, they raised the $4 billion effectively pre-launch. That's staggering. That's staggering amounts of money. Onboarded over 100 projects already. There's blockchains that have been there's projects that have been around, blockchains that have been around for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years that haven't onboarded 100 projects. So they are ahead in so many ways, and they're new. So maybe it's a recency bias thing of excitement, but $50 seems very, very achievable. And the only reason I'm not going higher is fundamentally with with price discovery mode, you don't know how high it can go. You don't know what can come into place that will stop it. You know, we're in a news cycle at the moment. The market is a news-driven market at the moment. So it just takes one piece of bad news and all of a sudden the market, with the ripple effects, have felt everywhere. But certainly $50 seems insanely achievable. The question is can it do 100 or more? And it may well be able to. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you impressed by the amount of funding? Does it concern you that SBF had any impact or any say in the initial investments? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you are a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button, because these videos will make you money. They'll save you money as well. Don't miss them. And also, karma's a legit thing. So, you know, you'll boost your karma points by doing something nice. And before I get into the news, if you guys want to see the coins I own, you just have to go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin I have. I give the members real-time updates anytime I buy or sell any crypto. Videos are released on a daily basis. We have our pinpoint accuracy on the market moves for months and months and months now. I said at the beginning of this video, I literally called exactly what Bitcoin was going to hit yesterday in terms of the top. And guys, we have a history of success on this channel. We have a history of success on the site called big winners. No one in 2020 was speaking about Phantom at all, let alone making the big statement it was going to 100x or more, which I did. And when I find the next Phantom, I'm not going to create a course like last time. I'll go onto my site and I'll tell the members about the coin. So if you want to learn about the next big winner without having to spend 1,000 hours researching, go read the site now. And if you like it, maybe I'll see you there, guys. And last thing, Do Kwon. Do Kwon has been charged. So the SEC have come out firing. The SEC is suing the creator of the collapsed Terra blockchain protocol for securities fraud following the meltdown. According to the SEC's complaint, Terraform Labs and its co-founder Do Kwon perpetuated a fraudulent scheme that led to the loss of at least $40 billion of market value. So Do Kwon has got everyone after him now. South Korea have issued an arrest warrant. You know, Interpol have a red notice out for him. SEC are now trying to charge him. It's staggering. There's so many questions still around everything that happened with that Terra collapse. You know, there's lots of stories about, was it hacked? Was it an exploit? Was it SBF screwing with it? There's so many questions. Was it just fraud from Do Kwon? And you know, the evidence is so scattered. There's a lot of evidence that suggests that they were committing, like Terraform and Do Kwon were committing fraud. You know, Fatboy Terra, his Twitter handle, has posted so much content showing fraud from them, but then there are multiple stories coming out about SBF and Alameda, you know, having an impact on everything that happened with Luna and Terra. It's staggering and it's bizarre. And the SEC, right now, the SEC seem to be going after everyone in crypto that they think they can. And I'm not sure, my personal perspective is I think Do Kwon needs to answer for what happened. But the SEC's continued reach to target crypto feels very much like there is a sort of crypto attack by the SEC. And, you know, I don't expect it to last forever. I think they're targeting specific people and trying to put themselves in a position of power. But so many of these cryptos don't fall under the Howey test. So the idea of, oh, this is a security, they can't even define what's a security properly. So it's all a bit mental. But Do Kwon, you know, that's another government institution coming after him. If you were burnt by terror, or if you just have an opinion on Do Kwon, let me know in the comments down below. Do you think he deserves it? Do you think he's guilty? Well, let me know. And that is it for me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.